How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the garage. Today I'm putting the Subaru back together, so fingers crossed that everything runs well, I guess. Let's just hope that the boost leaks are gone. So yeah, let's get into it. All right, so I've got the new Perrin turbo inlet in place, and I gotta say it fits a million times better than the torque solution one here. Give you a comparison. I guess the main issue with this one is, like, you can see how this bulges out so much. There's actually more of a dog leg on this Perrin one, and it is sort of angle cut to fit on the snout of the turbo a lot better. So I've got full coverage there, and the end of it isn't ovaled out, and I'm not having to try to squeeze it back into shape with the clamp, so it actually clamps on nicely. And I've bent this coolant tube out of the way just a little bit, and it fits much better. So word of advice, don't buy this torque solution turbo inlet. One nice thing about it though is that this coupler here, this is the torque solution one, this is actually like a billet piece, whereas the one that comes with the Perrin inlet is plastic. So yeah, I'm going to use the torque solution coupler here. But one other difference to the torque solution one is that the Perrin one still has a port for the PCV system, which uses this adapter fitting here. But I'm not going to use that just because I've routed the evap and stuff differently. So I'm using these somewhat hard to find 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch elbows. You can see that they're really small on here, so on the one end, so you can slip your silicone hose right onto it. And I've got one here, and this is where I've routed my boost line from the 3-port, and that works really well. So I'm gonna, the way I had it set up before on the torque solution one is there was like the boost line coming in here, and then there was a T, and then there was another T, and it was, yeah, it was really messy, and definitely an area that would be a spot for a potential leak to happen. But the way I had it set up, it was fine. But I'll just run another elbow off here and run that whole system back to this, so that'll be a lot cleaner. So yeah, time to get that thing back on. It'll be pretty simple just because I don't have any of the stock fuel rails and stuff to deal with. So yeah, it should be pretty easy there. Picked up some new gaskets, which you should do every time you take that off, as well as a factory blow-off valve gasket there. So yeah, let's put that thing back on. What do you think there, bud? Hey? All right, so everything is back. Excuse me. Excuse me. God, you have to do that right now? Okay, like I was saying, everything is back in place, as you can see. And now I'm gonna run another boost leak test. So you can either smoke a car, smoke test it, or you can pressure test it using a compressor. And this car did get smoke tested and it didn't show any leaks, but then there was still a leak. And when I did the pressure test, I found there was leaks all over the place. So it's a super simple process. I'd never done it before and I was a little bit intimidated by it just because, you know, if you read online that people say you can blow out your seals and whatnot and fuck your car up big time, but it's honestly not that intimidating. And you can literally make a little tester thing for, you know, $2. Whoa. So this is basically what you need to do, or what you need to make. This is a 2-inch PVC cap with a valve kind of screwed onto it. And yeah, you basically just pump air into there. You can put a gauge on this just to see how much pressure is building up, but I'm using that, so that shows my pressure. Oh my God. 1 second here. Hey. Can you stay up there? Man. I can't, this guy, he's missing a leg because he got hit by a car, but he loves this car. It's, I don't know, I don't understand it. But yeah, basically you pop this guy in here and you want to make sure that it is a straight shot to the turbo and there's nowhere for air to leak out. So these hoses here, I'll pinch them off with some vice grips and a bit of paper towel, just so I don't damage the hose. This port right here, you can see it's got a rubber cap on it. I've capped this off. I've capped off the wastegate actuator line, and then there's another line here. I'm not entirely sure. It comes off the turbo. I've plugged that. And then I've also plugged the port back there. That is the PCV port. So it shouldn't, there shouldn't be any air bleeding out of this system. It should basically just go in here, go into the turbo, go into the intercooler, and circulate through this bypass valve hose and just pressurize that. An important thing that you will need to do is just unscrew your oil cap just to let excess pressure escape, because that's where you can damage your seals and stuff like that if you just there's nowhere for the pressure to bleed out. But yeah, other than that, just kind of fill it up slowly and yeah, listen for leaks and spray areas down with soapy water. And you may hear a hissing sound if it's a very small leak. If you spray it down with soapy water, you'll see some bubbles forming. But yeah, that's basically the process. And then just chase leaks and fix them as they appear. So hopefully there won't be any leak from this Perrin turbo inlet. Like I said, the fitment was way better than the torque solution one, so I'm confident that it's the leak has been fixed. Okay, so now that the compressor has some air in it, we want to dial in the regulator. And this one doesn't have the most accurate regulator, but You want to keep it definitely below 20. So that should be good there. And we'll put this onto our valve here. Okay, so now that everything's blocked off, we've checked out, we can add a little bit of air and see if we can hear any leaks. All right, well, thankfully I'm not hearing any leaks or seeing any bubbles from where I've sprayed, but I almost forgot one tip for people who have a dual port blow-off valve. When you pump air through this, like just because of this design, there will be like a little bit of leakage. So what I've done in previous tests is just install the recirculation block-off plate, so that way you're not fooled into thinking there's a leak somewhere, because if you do put your ear right up to here, you can hear a little bit of a hissing, but that's all right. So yeah, just install this block-off plate and run your test. But be careful when you're unscrewing this thing, because where these pockets are machined are razor sharp, and they're sharp enough that you can grab this and turn this and not realize that you're cutting yourself. And yeah, ask me how I know that. All right, so we're all back together now. Yeah, I can't say enough good things about this Perrin turbo inlet. It fits so much better. There's like a lot more clearance here, and it might be a little bit smaller, or maybe the material's thinner, I'm not too sure, but I mean, this definitely feels really sturdy, and yeah, it's just a way better part. So yeah, last thing to do is fire this thing up and see what happens. So yeah, it was running super lean. So I shut it off, reset the ECU, so I'll try again. Yeah, I'm not too sure what to do, because I mean, it doesn't seem like there are any leaks anywhere. So yeah, we'll see what happens here after I've finished resetting the ECU. what's going on. Because everything tested out fine, but it's running super lean and really sounds terrible. So don't want to risk blowing it up. But yeah, doesn't really make sense to me why it would be doing that, because everything's buttoned up and nice and tight, and there's no leaks as far as I can tell anywhere. So yeah, I guess that's it for today's video. So yeah, I guess I'm still chasing this. It kind of sucks that the weather's so shitty outside right now. It's been snowing, and this is not a winter car, so I can't drive it and take it somewhere or whatever. But yeah, thanks for watching.